All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Okay, first and foremost, before we get started, giving our praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakodash. All right, double honors as always to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, we well. Taught us this truth. Peace, much love, and salutation as always into those for elect. All right, just coming at you with a quick lesson through the spirit and power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Lord's will be edifying. You see by the title, Walk After the Spirit. And it's just something I was meditating on earlier and something for brothers to be mindful of. Especially with the times that we're entering into. Okay, the end all be all is, we cannot, speaking to myself first and foremost, we cannot act on, the flesh. We can't allow Satan to, use our flesh and that be the way we justify our actions, man. Okay, because we're entering into very dangerous times, and if you're not fully walking through the spirit, you can find yourself dead. Okay, to sum it up. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this. Um, uh, Galatians. So like Galatians 6, and I'll start at 7. Be not deceived; the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. Right. So if you're constantly sowing into your flesh, okay, as the NLT says, those who live only to satisfy their own sinful nature will harvest decay. All right. So if you're constantly, it says decay and death from that sinful nature. All right. So if you're constantly, all right, sowing into the flesh, all right, versus sowing into the spirit, all right, you're gonna reap what you sow. So if you sow to the flesh, you're gonna reap, the benefits of the flesh, which ultimately is death. All right, but reaping the benefits of the spirit is life everlasting, man. So once again, we want to make sure that we're walking in the spirit in these last days, not being hasty. All right, let me see if I can grab something real quick. Bear with me. Let's see. That ain't what I wanted. That ain't what I wanted. So I'll just grab this Galatians 5 and where is it at? I'll start at 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Right, so we have to make sure that we're constantly walking in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay, and acknowledging and knowing when the spirit of Yahweh Shai is, dealing with you, so to speak, for lack of better terms, because Jacob loved to say, I believe through the spirit, this is the best decision, but you ain't, what spirit is on you. You see what I'm saying? Because what ends up happening is, like I said, Jacob say that, oh yeah, the spirit told me to do this, the spirit told me to do that, but you're not, you're not really tapped into what spirit that is. All right, because we're all subject to Satan just hopping on you, to where you just do some dumb shit. You walking after the flesh, you're not walking after the spirit. When you make a hasty decision, you know, when you don't think about things before saying or doing something, these are all, part of the ways of you fulfilling the lust of the flesh, man, and not walking after the spirit. All right, because the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to constantly flow. Okay, and like if the Lord's dealing with you, you're going to know that you're moving through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. So that means tapping in all the way. All right, being involved, doing what you need to do. All right. Now, granted, you have to balance out. Proverbs the 11th chapter. A false balance is an abomination to the Most High. So you got to tap into the flesh in the aspect of just kicking back, or however you choose to use your downtime. All right, but we just need to make sure that we're not indulging in the flesh, man. Verse 18, Galatians 5:18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, salakia, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revealings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Okay, so if you're doing any of these things, and indulging in them, all right, well, really doing them in general, but indulging in them, all right, hey, you're not gonna inherit the kingdom, man. Which we know, 2/3 going to eventually inherit, but we talking about the first go round, man. All right. Verse 22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. And, Lord willing, all right, we believe, all right, that, we believe in Yahweh Shem Hashai. We believe that the Lord is dealing with us. All right, so, hey, we need to walk in the Spirit, man. Okay? We need to trust Yahweh Shem Hashai, in all ways, in all aspects, which goes into also trusting your leadership. Okay, the Most High has certain men set up over you to guide you on this path to, ultimately to lead, that leads to salvation. All right, so you might not agree with everything that somebody above you, says. You might not understand it, but it's not for you to understand all. What I'm saying, all things. You're not put in that position. Okay, you're not put in that position to just know every fucking thing. Jake just want to know every fucking thing. It's not put on you to do that, man. That doesn't mean be ignorant and just take everybody's word for what it is. There's nothing wrong with just backing up certain men's words and so on and so forth. But hey, we ultimately have to trust in Yahweh Bashim Shah, man. He set up, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on down, he set up men, to be over us, all right, to lead us in the right path. And we seen it happen. If that man ain't meant to lead you, or if he's full of shit, it comes out. It always comes out. All right. That's why it's like damn, I can't believe it type thing. But you randomly see one of the apostles, hey, this elder is no longer in the camp. Damn. But the Most High is still working. Okay, so He's not going to allow you to just get misled, for your whole walk. And if you are, then He just ain't dealing. All right. Real quick, a quick one. 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. And a lot of these things ain't gonna make sense, man. All right. Okay. It's not gonna make sense to you at first, but you gotta trust in the Spirit and ultimately trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai. The Most High is gonna make a way and make it to where you understand and you see it, eventually, man. All right. The Lord is long suffering. He ain't, you ain't about to just get every breakdown in the gift basket. All right. Let me see. I'll probably grab another couple more. Let's go here. Let's see what this says. Ephesians 5 and I started 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. All right. And hey, redeeming the time. We know what days we're coming into. So we don't need to be, we need to be walking circumspectly. We don't need to be, around this bitch making heinous ass decisions, you know, out of haste, just out of the fact that, this makes more. I believe this is the right way to go. Because the end all be all is you don't know shit. We don't know anything without Yahweh Bashim Shai. So for you to go and make a judgment, to make a call on a judgment, a certain matter, without thinking it through the spirit, it's unwise as hell. I was going to title this "Beware of Dumbass Decisions," because you got a dumbass decision demon, all right, that can hop on you at any moment to just make you, like I said, make a decision out of haste. It doesn't make sense. You didn't think about it at all. It just sounded good. Okay? And we've seen it. We've witnessed it. We've dealt with it. Okay? Everything is not, like I said, being mindful of, oh yeah, I believe this is through the spirit. The spirit of who though? Is this action, or this thought process, is this coming from the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai or from the spirit of Satan? All right? Satan's able to, get into your head and fuck with you, man. And sometimes you got to understand when and where is, or when and where he's fucking with you. So walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. The days are evil. You see? We have to be mindful of the shit that we're doing, the shit that we're saying. All right? I'm gonna grab this too. All right, because another way of walking after the flesh, is which I'll grab that, matter of fact, real quick. Second Timothy 2 and 4. All right, it reads, well, I'll start at 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. All right, so we have to endure suffering. Now, suffering can come in or many various ways. Okay, but we have to, regardless of which way it's coming, hey, we gotta endure it. We have to go through it. We gotta fight through it. All right, as a good soldier of Yahushua. So it says, verse 4: No man that warreth entangling himself with the affairs of this life. The NOT says soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life. You can't be at war and you on the battlefield, on the physical battlefield, and you call your woman and seeing if your son just ate. You know what I'm saying? Hey, did you remember to give him them strawberries? And I know how he like his strawberries. Nigga, you in battle. We don't got time for that shit. Cause now your focus is completely off. Your focus ain't about this war and winning. Focus is about the family. But nigga, you have to win to get back to the to the family, man. So certain things need to be sacrificed. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. Your family didn't call you into this truth. Yahweh Shema Shah called you into this truth. That should be your first priority. And if it ain't, you need to check your shit. Okay? You need to check yourself. That's the goddamn problem, is that Jake is putting all these other worldly affairs over Yahweh Shema Shai. It's not even that fucking serious. It says we're gonna if you forsake these things, roughly paraphrasing, but you forsake these things, you shall receive 100-fold. This ain't the time. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. This is not the time. There's a time. I'm gonna grab it. To every Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. There's a time for certain things. This ain't the time for us to be, just completely invested in dealing with our family, man. This ain't the time for that shit. Okay, this is a time of war. We're in a spiritual war, man. We have to understand these things. For you sisters, your man, if you have a man that's in, all right, your man is in a spiritual war. He's not gonna have time to be sitting up, booed up with you 24/7, man. Get over it, okay? Because a lot of these women, which I ain't trying to get on them, but real quick, because we get on both. All right, because people be, once we say one thing about the goddamn nigga bitch, then they just lose their mind. All y'all do is get on women. The majority of our videos are going, directed towards the men. Y'all don't play that very important part as the men do. But for you women, man, you make these problems. You create issues and situations within the household. If you have a man in the truth, he's fighting a spiritual battle, man. All right, we got to go clock into the goddamn devil, deal with spirits on that day, and throughout the day, and then come home and possibly witness your madness. We don't have time for that. So if you call yourself a sister in the truth, hey, you need to be mindful of those things too, man. Like I said, we get on the men and the women. You have to be mindful of that shit. You causing hell on your man for no absolute reason because he's not able to spend as much time as you want. He don't spend as much time with you as you want. This ain't the time for that. We gonna have that time in the kingdom. But right now we're in a spiritual warfare, and so our minds need to be locked in. That scripture that talks about they that have wives be roughly paraphrasing, but be as be as though you had none. If you have a wife, hey, you gotta act like you don't have one at all, man. You don't got time for Taco Tuesdays, Cupcake Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? at the you ain't got time for that shit, bro. All right, this ain't high school. This is real life, and we're in an actual war. So you need to gird your loins up and buckle the fuck down, man. Okay? This isn't Family Matters Israelites. Family Feud Israelites. We on the TV show Happy. This ain't the time for that shit. Your ass need to be tapped in. And if you ain't tapped in, then the Most High is gonna make your ass tap out, man. Men that are at war do not have the room to think like a civilian. The LDR Shawarma did a lesson on that a while ago. Great lesson if you haven't checked it out. All right, we don't have time to be acting. As a matter of fact, that's what it said in that Galatians in the NLT, or not Galatians, like it was Second Timothy's. I'm gonna read it again. Second Timothy's 2:4. Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life. They don't have the time for that. You know, we love our families. You love your wife, your children, and all that. But we don't got time to be that super affectionate nigga. That's not the time that we're in right now, man. That's not walking after the spirit. That's walking after the flesh. Cause I'm gonna get that too. Cause I think it goes into it. Damn! Don't escape me, Salakia. Let me see. Yeah. Um. So I'm gonna grab this. 1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. Okay. You can stop right. The time is short. All right. It says, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Okay. I'm gonna get the NOT. But let me say this, dear brothers and sisters. The time that remains is very short. So from now on, once you enter into this war, okay, once you get enlisted, those with wives should not focus only on their marriage. All right, and I'm gonna jump down verse 32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. All right. So if you're unmarried, all right, you have more time to do your lessons, your studying and so on and so forth, because you don't have a woman to attend to. Because with a woman comes time. All right. And the time is short. So we ain't, now I'm not saying, all right, you can't deal with Eve. Hey, to each his own. You do what the hell you do. But as it said before, if you have a wife, be as though you had none. You got to remember. Okay. You got to be tapped in. Verse 33. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. All right, the NLT. But a married man has to think about his earthly responsibilities and how to please his wife. Yeah, I gotta make sure I go into work. Well, yeah, I did promise I was gonna take out the, Well, once again, man, there's nothing wrong with spending time with your peoples, but the Lord's work needs to be done first before you do all that. All right, and it means being tapped in, doing your videos, being around camp, and it is not enough. Knowing the breakdowns is not enough, man. There's more aspects to this thing outside of those. Those are very vital and important, but there's more to it. She can't be tied in, you know, in that mindset. You married, so you caring for the things of the world, so you can please your wife. Because that going into First Ezra, the 4th chapter, when we're going into the, how that one man said that women are the strongest. Okay, because it said, roughly paraphrasing, but it said, said how, you go to war, you go work, toil all day just to bring it back to that woman, man. Every all the things that you're doing, that you taking part of in the earth, you do it all just to bring it back to the woman. You cannot be in that spirit. That is not walking after the spirit. That is fulfilling the lust of the flesh because you want to please some coochie. We're too late in the game to be straddling some fucking woman, you know, every day, man. We got to make sure that we tapped in with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Because once you tap in with, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. So if you're a man in war, your mindset isn't wrapped around family. Your mindset isn't wrapped around money, your job, you know, anything outside of the truth. Speaking for myself, my main focus is Yahweh Shema Shai and the brotherhood, man. Everything else can fucking go. You can lose your woman just like that. Oh well. You can lose your kid just like that. Oh well. Your parents, your sisters, your brothers, aunties, uncles, cut. everything is liable to be like, well, fuck it. It is what it is. But this truth is vital to us, man. So we have to make sure that we're constantly fulfilling the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because at the end all be all is that weak natured bullshit is gonna get your ass killed. That the mindset of family first is gonna get you killed, man. Then you gotta look what Yahweh Shai said. And I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna close. Damn it. Got this Mark 3, and I started 32. And the multitude said about him, and they said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee. All right. And he answers, Salaki, and he answered them, saying, who is my mother or my brethren? And he looked round out on them which sat about him, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of the Most High, the same as my brother and my sister and mother. So your true family, when you want to get technical, according to Yahweh Shai, your true family is the ones that's out here doing, working with you, man, toiling with you. I believe that's the right word. Yeah, toil, work extremely hard, or incessantly, whatever. But yeah, all right, the ones that are out here toiling with you, man, putting in that work. That's your family. That's your true brothers. All right, your mother, your father, your sister, all that. Okay, this is who we really should be focused on. So that's walking after the spirit. Okay, and Lord's will this is edifying to the elect. Before we close, giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash, and double honors as always to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who were well and taught us the truth. And peace, much love, and salutations as always to the elect. Shalom.